As of now, what I'm looking at is we have this new week opening gap, and then we have equilibrium, um, this candle low to that candle high, just barely missed it, and price ultimately just shot up from here. So, um, in this situation, we could get a trade up at least into this inefficiency or the suspension block with the two volume balances on both sides. Um, so that could be a reason why we trade up there. We got 10 a.m. news, I believe. Let me just double check. Um, 9:45 and 10 a.m. red filter. All right. So yeah, that could be a reason why, like, we ended up wanting to push back down here because we just missed this. So throughout the week, maybe by Friday, we'll take out these lows. Could do it before then as well, but let's see. We could honestly get a push into here first, and then maybe Tuesday or Wednesday we could start seeing that displacement to the downside. All right, and then maybe if we don't, maybe if we do like decide to want to push down, but we don't go all the way, and then we show that we want to go higher, then these buy stops right here will be the target if we want to get strong instead of getting weak after um reaching this suspension block. Now we are trading inside of this new week opening gap currently. So yeah, we're currently trading in there. Man, 10:15, just 7:30 opening up. Okay. Now that low is taken out. We could get some type of push all the way back up to the upside. All right, this was Friday movement. We could come for the previous Friday high, or come for a partial of it. Coming for some little box steps up in here. But let's go to the 1 minute and get to get. I'm gonna get my opening range levels. Opening price. This is 7:30 open. Oh, wait. Okay, got that. And then right here, we got our 7:30 first presented fair value gap. We'll be using that. Do like that. And our opening range, all of them. We got the 7 a.m. high, and then the low from 7:30. 7 a.m. from 7:30. And this high right here was never taken. Right there. So this is the low right there. So I use this entire range like that. Gotta make this color. I'll take off equilibrium. Man, pretty hard outside right now. But gonna see if we want to come down and reach these -0.5 or -1, and then possibly start showing some movement to the upside. Because we did take out this opening range low, right? And then even on a 5 minute, 7:30 opened up, pushed up here, dropped. But really, I'm hoping it can create some type of 15-minute structure. So, let's see. Yeah, I mean, we could completely fill this. Like, we could just get like a straight dump day. Um, Not really expecting that, but anything can happen unexpectedly, right? These are previous week lows down there, and then we have all this down here. We're primarily focused on that right here. It's previous week low right there. So if we do want to come and fill this, more than likely we'll probably come for that um, previous week low before we end up want to come for this previous week high. If we want to come for that, right? We could get below here, previous week low, and then start working below that. Probably want to reach for this throughout the week, like I mentioned, right? Getting below this volume imbalance or a new week opening gap, and then getting below the previous week low would indicate extreme bearishness heading into the week or to finish out this week, right? Obviously, things can change and we wick or maybe start pushing up, showing strength, then maybe we'll want to flip. Let's check it out midnight opening price. Make sure this is going to front. Oh, we bring to back and then bring this center back. So, 7:30 open up. What we do is push into that 0.5 and that, and then we drop down, start running. We could be getting another move lower to possibly even like push down into here, but I'm thinking I'll wait on that, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. This might wanna. I do like this area for it to possibly go short, but it can also obviously like, in a sense it's at a 15-minute low, but cause yeah, I mean at an open, drop down, push up, close. Actually, I think we pushed up for regardless of the situation. Probably like to see some more structure get put into play here. I don't know. It is a Monday, so I don't really expect anything like too crazy. So far, we getting that move down. Cool. It's that close and the open. Let me make this gray. Let's make it. That's where we could get some type of reversal. But we did have this overnight push, which is why this is following a continuation. This is what we was looking at from before. Once we get this and it's working in the lower half, we could be seeing this probably like follow through. Let me see what this is gonna be done. We got like a 20-second delay. We did reach this negative point 0.5. Well, I'm thinking we might obviously drop a little lower than that today. I mean, if we get extremely bearish throughout this morning session, there ain't nothing I can do, but be watching it. It would have been a stop on this. On contract. Yeah, it's not enough. I don't like even if entering in here, that's like no. And this for around like 45 or even potentially that's too much on contract. Should have been like a 1-to-1 at most. If this was more like a 1-to-3 or something, and then like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously it can go lower, but we've already taken out some liquidity then. And we had an overnight push, so this does explain this little move here. And that's what we kind of back tested over this weekend. Is the scenarios doing stuff like that. And then we can probably see this continuation day. Maybe this is going to follow through all the way up until like 9:30. You know. Actually, oh damn. Okay, ES might be a little bit behind, but not a little bit, but it's a lot of bit. Hasn't reached the. No, ES definitely look like it might want to try to catch up. We'll see. Let's look at it from here. ES in a sense could now do it. We have this 1, 2, 3. We have this gap in here, and we close below this. Might want to take ES instead. Okay, what does it provide? I think as long as it's inside this 0.5 above. It might just react off this low and go. I like how ES swept out the liquidity, unlike NQ. And it looked like we took out. This is Mondays. We took out the previous week high already. That's how we opened up like that. Now if I look at that daily on ES. Okay. Swept out that high. Damn, ES looking kind of good though. But I'm kind of sick that NQ already made the move. But honestly, it's not bad. Like if you were to do like one contract on this, it's only 23 bucks. Okay, aim to make like around like 60. It's a nice 1 to 2. Hold up. Yeah. Well, let's get the. That's how you can do this trade, bro. Like for you, if you want to look to get a premium entry, like, yeah, so you can look to take this for value. You got this for value. You got ain't bad. 0.5 is 1 and 2. So 1 and 3. Look like this just might react off of this opening range low. I want to continue. But ideally, this is not a bad entry. Just coming up here, waiting for it to get up here, and then seeing how it react. That's not a bad entry. Why? Because even for ES, it did right. 7:30 open, runs up, take box stops, and could expect this to continue down. Right. 15 minute about to close. We got a minute and 30 seconds to see if they can get a closure below here, which it more than likely will, but just gotta wait to see if we get this pullback. And then it can look for a follow through. But we can see NQ's already taken off from its area. Yeah. Well, let's see, man. I'm thinking we might want to cover up, like completely fill this weak opening gap for NQ. And maybe ES will want to obviously tap into it because ES, man, we have a lot going on. That's why you don't want to really compare too much. It's trying to find your setup and get in and get out. And if you lose, you lose. If you win, you win. It's literally just a part of the game. Like, nothing you can do. So if you just take a setup, have a nice approach, you should be straight. Yes, trying to. If you don't close below that, let me see. Come on, yes, get a closure below, right on the line, right on the low. So let's see if ES might have a difficult time. I mean, 5 minutes. I mean, 5 minute close below. I mean, 1 minute did trade below it. We just need to see that pullback. We don't get it. We don't get it. All right, that's all good. Yeah, it's just reacting off of this low. You can see that. This the pre-market open range low. If you forgot. So that's exactly why the bodies are staying like this. It's just trading at the low. So might not get that pullback either for ES. All these things just want to drop down. Ain't really trying to give nothing for right now. Um I mean even then, like before it took out the low, I mean I wasn't watching it, but bro, if you was watching even like after this, because this does in a way count as the model right here. Like after we got this, with a closure below this bullish inefficiency. You can see once we got a closure below the midpoint as well, this can be a solid entry with a stop just above even the midpoint or the high of this wick. So midpoint or the high of the wick would have been a decent stop loss. Not even just looking at hindsight, but just based off the whole concepts of how we trade our model. It's just that. But even then, if you didn't feel comfortable taking this, you also, again, we had this move here that confirmed another one. Pull or push down, displacement, pull back, displace again, and we react off of this, right? Body still closing within it, and we turning away from it. And that right there could have been an entry, could have been break even, whatever the case is, right? Because for ES, we actually took out that buy stops up there. In Q, we did not. We didn't take out no buy stops. I might just focus on ES throughout this entire month. Low key. Low key. I might keep NQ as the backup dancer, and then if ES be the main. Because this is ES just always seem to be doing something good. Let's see though. Wait. NQ is just dropping as expected though. It's probably gonna more than likely do something like that. Have an overnight push, and then yeah, we might be coming for that low, but honestly, for NQ, I wouldn't be surprised if. Let me just go to it real quick. Jeez. Yeah. Really nothing much happening. Yeah. Yes, might be our only asset right now that's actually doing something that looks decent. So I might just focus on that for this morning. Yeah, I might just go ahead and focus on that for this morning, and then see if the new week opening gap on ES get ran into. Plan on again, like I did last month. I'll do the same for this month. Is take one setup a day. You know, it's kind of how I've been liking it this past year and the previous year too. Just one setup a day, unless it's like a break evens or stopped in profit or a reduced loss, and I got room to possibly take one more. That'll still equal out my max risk on a day for each trade that I normally risk. So if I'm like risking $100 or something like that, right? If I'm risking $100 per trade, but then I let's say I reduced my risk or something, I only got stopped out for like 30, $20, then I can go in with 70 to $80 risk. Or if I got stopped out for like $50 reduced loss, then I can only go back in with a $50 risk. Right? That's if I decide to. If nothing looks clean after that, then I'll just walk away with the reduced risk. And I got no problem with that. One thing you have to deal with now is, yeah, since in a way NQ I've already reached the new week opening gap. I'm still anticipating for N or ES to reach it as well, but could have a little struggle bus for that reason of getting there. So don't want to rely on NQ or ES. Just like if you were looking at like either pair, if you're like trading ES only, um, could use NQ as a backup, and then you know pay attention to like highs and lows getting taken out because the new week opening gap got ran into and ES is still behind. Then ES might do a little bit more manipulation before actually reaching the objective. So just like the tricky part like that with S&T. That's why normally I like to trade them both when they're like in sync normally because it makes it a lot easier to kind of dictate your trade. But if they not in sync, then but at the same time you don't even have to worry about it, regardless of if they're in sync or not. They are different assets, um, and they do provide different kind of setups. So it's kind of like whatever one you want to go with. Just kind of make sure you pay attention to that. One thing I do like about this though is like swept liquidity, and then you can see this -1 lines up perfectly with this low. So I wouldn't mind seeing like a nice clean pullback inside here, and then maybe just staying in the lower half. I wouldn't want this to. I wouldn't want this to work too much above in this upper half. We could come up here and then wick it, right? But I'd rather just see it stay in this lower half inside of this bearish inefficiency. Then we got this breaker a little bit. Well, not a little bit, but we do have this breaker, this candle. High, low, higher high than lower low. What was once your order block is now your breaker. Now, I don't have to have that drawn up, but once we trade inside of here, we can see that we have all this going on. So this could obviously support price to want to go down. And it's our equilibrium from the lower time frame, like the 5-minute boom to here. Or you could have it up here, it don't really matter. But this is the most recent pullback, so I decided to have it there. I want to see if this actually comes back, like come back, reach this level, and then continue. But we'll see if you want to do that. I don't know. I don't want to watch ES though. I'll keep NQ on the sidelines real quick. Oh wait, we actually touched the -1. I mean, and then ES, if you pay attention, to be honest, did we take out? We took out this low, did we? Yeah. So we did take out this low, so this could actually be set for a continuation up higher because ES or NQ have already taken out or reached the new week opening gap. So I need to see a closure below here. I mean, even if we don't, if we start getting weak from this area instead of wanting to push through it, then we probably gonna want to continue down to this. But again, if we start pushing through this, then these highs right here will be the next objective, plus a little more. Like if you grab this fib and then you grab 0.1 -1, could target these deviation levels up here. So let's just see. I like to see a closure on the 15-minute, blow that low. if we're gonna be bearish and try to shoot for these relative equal lows, or even this new week opening gap. So this is a large new week opening gap too. So I definitely want to see ES at least reach it as well, like NQ has right now, right? But I just need to see some confirmation if we're gonna trade to that new week opening gap. Now I'm not saying I'm gonna hold it, but we can trade towards it. So take our profit. Let's say we whatever it does in here, right? It depends on what we do next after that up in here. If we just wick it and come straight in here, then I want to see a follow through. Like for example, this. Then need to see some type of continuation model for me to then continue to take this. If I'm starting to see something like this get inside this gap and then we start pushing up like that, then yeah, probably look to target that. So we took out that low. You can see how it's kind of getting weak though in this area. Like we displaced nicely, kind of, right? Kind of had a nice displacement, and then perform a lot of low key wicks in here. And 8:30 about to open up soon. So probably right, probably wait for that, honestly. I don't think it's no 8:30 news, but even if it is, this is actually pretty nice to. Man, we just reached this 5 minutes. If we can invert that within the next 50 seconds or the next candle, wouldn't be a bad play to look to target. Um, some highs in here, or this could be set for a continuation move. I think we closed above the midpoint too. Yeah, we did. Mhm. Not a second. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Why didn't Yeah, I like how we pushed down to my key level and then like perform the setup, but we didn't take out no form of liquidity at all. Like unlike how ES did, I would have liked how this reacted and possibly even took a setup. off of that closure right here. Let me show you. Like this does meet the model and like the setup alone. With a closure there, just go ahead and enter on that close with a stop at least below this fair value gap. But regardless of that, I don't like how we didn't run into we didn't take out any liquidity. Right? We did take out the previous candle low, but I'm talking about like for example how ES did. That's kind of more of what I like. So what could happen is we could come for one of either of these little minor highs and then see it follow through continuation, right? But honestly, that's not a good place right now for me to want to make a good decision. I'd rather make this decision off of ES, but you see how ES is moving. So we really just gotta wait until we got this pullback. I wanted to see if it can work at least a little bit better inside of this gap, and then showing that we want to push away, but I'm gonna do what it gotta do. There we got this low. That's the low I lined up with. Low taken, ran into this fair value gap. No, this definitely could get bearish, like I mentioned. Like if we just work inside this and that breaker, definitely could be the reason why we will get this reaction and not another move higher, which is fine. We want to do that. This ain't nothing. I don't want to take a short right at the low end. Like this doesn't make sense. Like why would I want to short right at this sell side liquidity? Even if it is a continuation, I need to see that push up here, maybe even to this 0.5, and then showing that okay, we want to run away. We don't want to trade up any higher. And I'd be like, okay, cool. Stop above 730 opening price. Put that. Oh, oops. Mhm. Okay, we got that. We got our first was in it. Let's move this to the back. Yeah, NQ. I mean, it's moving nice. It's just not how I wanted to see it. But it is a Monday, so I'm not. Again, I wasn't too focused on placing any trades today, unless something high probability shaped up. So once something high probability shapes up, then I'll be more comfortable take some. But 8:30 is around the window. So we're gonna see how this wanna play out. Because to be honest with you, if ES runs and take out the low before even like 9:30, which I'll be done at the charts, but if we take out this low, then we could instead of tapping into that new week opening gap today, we could push up higher again, even on yeah for ES because we haven't reached it, so we could push up higher, and then tomorrow we'll have like a super bearish day, and then reach these levels. All right. So even if we get something in here, maybe take a loss or no trade, depending on how it sets up. If it can get here, work in the lower quadrants, and then show we want to push away, that's a high probability short, especially after buy stops taken, right? Displacement, getting below the quadrants, coming back to it and respecting it. It's a lot of play there. So that's kind of like my ideal situation right now that I want to see for price action. If I don't get it, again, no trade. Or if I don't feel too confident in the setup, which is normal to not feel confident in certain setups, you just don't take it if you don't feel confident. So if I don't feel too confident, if I feel 50-50 on it, then I just hop on the paper trade. It's like no big deal. I'll skip um, the live accounts and then just focus on the paper trade for Monday's session. Okay. Kind of avoid the mid that quadrant, but it's about to be 8:30, so we might reach up there. Like kind of want to look at it from the 5 minute. It does look a little bit clean. I ain't gonna lie. Or even like the 3 minute, I think. Nah, the 5 minute do look better. Look at the 5 minute perspective. Let's look at NQ. I mean, it's pushing up. It's definitely doing what it got to do, but I'm not too confident in it because it didn't take out no liquidity. It hit my level, right? The level I'm anticipating for it to reach, but what liquidity was taken out. This can just be set for a continuation. Definitely not a high probability trade. Most I get this shit is like a C. Like I wouldn't even give it a B because they didn't even take out no liquidity. To me, right? This is just a push from overnight, and it's just continuing. At least ES had the guts to take out some buy stops before we decided to make a move. DXY, it's looking like it's. I want to see that bearishness from DXY, but if we go bearish for DXY, then more than likely NQ and ES will probably start rising. But I did want to see these lows taken out last week. We got that. This previous week low taken out, and now we could start seeing at least this move back up to take out buy stops. It is raining, raining hard. Let me just go to this oil. Okay, ES. No, I think I like ES a little bit more today, so that's gonna be the focus. Great consolidation right now. Just waiting for that 8:30 opening. We're gonna see where we go from there. It's looking like the 5 minute wanna continue. In a sense, we did work in a lower quadrant. We just missed this one by a little bit, but you can see the 5 minutes just ranging as well. Really just waiting for that 8:30. That's what's going on. Then we had that 0.5 again. Okay, I really don't trust I don't trust NQ right now. I don't trust it, I don't trust it. If I had took this long, this would have been the longest trade ever. Not really, but personally, I just like my trades to be gone by the time I get in, within like a few minutes at least. 'Like, I wish we just formed a 15-minute high at some point. I mean, we had this one. It could come to this, but this point, let's look at the hourly. Man, hourly close crazy below overnight push. Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely looking for some continuations, right? It could come for a previous week low, but honestly, don't know. Honestly, I don't know. We have these clean buy stops here that's still resting above. So 29 minutes, 8:30 just open. Okay. All right, ES looking like it's pushing up there. Okay, I'm like ES. I'm liking ES a lot more. All right, let's go to ES. That's not ES. Now I'm gonna get rid of this. I like how we created these stacked lows right here. Then we came up to this 0.5 mark. So this is that 5 minute SIBI right here, along with that bearish inefficiency that we was talking about. So remember now, this could be the setup. 8:30 open, right into the area I was anticipating. Right. So if we bearish, I don't even want to see it start working in this upper half. I want to start seeing this push away and showing me that okay, we bearish. We don't want to go up to the upside no more. We have a lot of liquidity right there, and then we have more down here that we can easily target. Then we got that new week opening gap. But again, NQ already reached it. So if we don't get it here, right, when we start working above this, then more than likely these buy stops will be met. And then we wait, right? Because in a sense, this did take out liquidity here, tapped into this old um, bullish inefficiency. So this could be the reason why price wanna push up. And if it does that, then it can do that. I just won't be interested in taking it. Just have to wait and see what it's gonna provide the next day. But you can see this -1 and this -0.5 essentially line up with both lows. That's why I like this setup. If we can get it, if we can get a nice sell play, I definitely look to take this. But um, got this minor inversion fair value gap right there. Uh, put, hmm. So yeah, I want to see it start getting weak. This is literally becoming an A plus. Well, essentially it already is an A plus setup. Really just gotta wait for extra confirmation. Yeah, just gotta wait for some extra confirmation right here. Then I can look to target these relative equal lows and then this -1 standard deviation. This is where it might have the most trouble at though, that 0.5. So definitely gotta be on the lookout on that. I really want to see how this macro open up too though. It's 833. Maybe the macro will help deliver us to the downside if we find a setup. You see how we're reacting off that 0.5, working in the lower quadrants. That's kind of what I want to see. Not, you know, not too much. I want to start seeing this kind of like pull away and then giving me some type of displacement to the downside. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. We just stay reacting, projecting that 0.25 quadrant level. That's what I want to see. I want to see it react off that lower half. Instead of a 5 minute gap though, I put this 3 minute because we have suspension block there. I love that inside of this 0.5. So I would definitely love some shorts out of this if it can happen. I need the midpoint of that. Have a lot going on. I mean, this could obviously come up here, but if it does that, then I need to start seeing this runaway fast. Because I didn't even want to see it work in this upper half of this 5 minute city. So I don't know why the date did not change. It's uh, I'm getting too confusing, but I mean, what it just did right there, that's even better too. I don't mind that it did that. Just a little mohawk outside of this, right? ICT call that a little mohawk. Not bad. I don't need to see like the next 5 minute or the current 5 minute or even the next one where I need the bodies to stay below this, but um, I need to start seeing if we can get that run away from here at this point. Do not want it to spend too much time in this area, especially heading into 9:30. What? Why can't I change that? That is crazy. Why can't I change that? Can't change nothing? Not even when I'm live. It's terrible. Can you not change that? Very unfortunate. Maybe I can. No, I can't. Damn. Don't even let me do it. I mean, could this shape up before? I mean, what? 8:30 here, right? Sorry, 8:30 open with no bottom wick. So I definitely want to see this place. I want to see something like this and a continuation. Then I can go ahead and take that with a stop just above, somewhere up here. Keeping it very, very simple. Didn't even put the what? That's funny. Okay. What is that clicking? Oh, that's that. Okay. All right. All right. This thing about to just continue pushing up. I'm gonna assume the DXY is dropping. That's probably like what's going on more than likely. Hmm. Not really, but it did. Really check this out, but really, wait. Cause, oh yeah. All right. That explains a little bit. Reacting. Really want to see this continue up higher though. If when it's, I don't want to see it react off of this 15. This needs to like push through this. This don't need to get weak. It don't need to do none of that. None of that nonsense. All right. Yes, it's just pushing back up. Even in hindsight, there's no setup on the buy side after this low was taken out. Now we did touch that, but I don't know how I feel about this no more. See, if we close above it, then that again, I was explaining that this low could send price higher because NQ did reach all these levels, and if the market is better when, or at least for NQ and ES, when it's better when they're both in sync. When they're not in sync, this can be very challenging. And when it's challenging, and you feel like it's too challenging, then you either wait extremely for your setup or you just walk away for the day. There's nothing wrong with that either. That's actually what I might do now, just walk away and just go take care of other stuff. Cause yeah, I really don't want to looking at this all day. I don't feel like nothing to happen by 9:30. I mean, what else could happen? I mean, we could come up to these buy stops and then start dropping again. That could happen, right? Mm. What candle high is this? This is, oh no, that's it right here. It's at 7:30 opening price. Then yeah, too many different things happen. Like for example, right here, this is 12:45 a.m. Slash our midnight prices over here. Look at that. We're just getting strong up here. So we might end up treating this and going higher. Mm, I'm not liking nothing at all. So, I mean, it looks good movement wise, but didn't even take out, it had no 830 open or no 830 low. Just a body. So I do expect for price to, if it take out that high, I do expect for it to want to run to the low. And this is what I mean. Like sometimes it might do something like this, take out the high, and then give something. That can happen too. All right, that can happen too. And if we do that, then I will look to get in a setup. But it has to be obviously before 9:30. It's oil and Q. I mean, we took out this minor high here. That's kind of a pullback, and then so we have a 15-minute high. So if we come up into this, which there's a 15-minute gap, that's a minor one though. There's a minor 15-minute gap, but we also have a this 5-minute gap right here. So we could kind of run this and then start working below again and get a follow-up continuation down to the lows. That is a possibility of that happens. We hit these negative ones. Now at this point, this literally might just go up from here, especially outside of this new day opening gap. Did we reach this too? Yeah, reach the high end of the Friday's close, or not Friday close, but you know the basically the last 15 minutes of the candle. Uh, we reached the high point of that, which you can essentially look at as your order block. Uh, wait, did we? I don't even think we. Yeah, we missed the actual opening price, but we hit the high of it. So that could be the reason why price is moving the way it's moving right now. And if you take out them buy stops, to take them out, you can look for them little short plays. I mean, DXY is pushing up. 15-minute closed right there. Overall, still looking for these two levels. They lined up perfectly with sell side liquidity, so no 8:30 opening. Yeah. We'll see. Macro coming up. This is where we could get a legit setup. Like we could come for um could go for the high and then start pushing down. I wouldn't mind that type of setup either. Yeah, how can I do it? 5 minute do look a little better. Not letting none of this stuff get to me. Just gonna look and wait for this high to get taken out. All right, look at them. Yeah. Through the boom, red, higher boom. I need somebody. I need one of these pairs to do something. Take out some, look, take out more liquidity. If you want, if this wasn't gonna perform, I need some liquidity taken out there. That's it. Yeah, there was no liquidity taken out. Then probably just gonna call it. I really don't want to take a continuation of Premier. Not my model to do that. It's already exceeded where I was given limits for it to go to. So now I need to see this taken out. And then if I'm gonna look for shorts, and then for NQ, I need at least these. We just talked about. Let me get rid of that. Still looking for lower prices for NQ. And yes, oh, unless until like 9:30, of course. 9:30 is kind of random, so 9:30 my bias officially ends the day. Unless I'm in a trade already. But to be frank, honest, I mean, we are working in that lower half, the bodies. I made it the body. Yeah, mohawked outside, and now we working our way back below the opening price, 7:30 opening price. Yeah, I mean, are getting that continuation off of that, but yeah, I already respecting that 0.5. Oh, yeah, though, really wait and see. It's a Monday, so I'm not trying to place too much emphasis. Macro coming in hot, so let's see what we got. I mean, yeah, we could be delivering from this. Minor buy stops was taken, so we could start getting this, but honestly, I'd rather have seen it come all the way up here if it was gonna do that. But since we are getting this follow through move, look at the 3 minute. Wait, do we have yeah, we got a topic. Lower. Now we got this bearish fair value gap, and we could actually see a continuation off of this internal high right there. We even got it in 1 minute, so this could show some type of move lower. But yeah, since we've already reached our objectives, not saying we can't go beyond that point, but I'm not really looking to hold all the way down here. Like, I mean, we could. That's this is the previous week low right there, right? But could it target the midweek opening gap low? It should be here. And this the new day opening gap high, but yeah. So if we do want to push down, I mean, I guess this ain't too terrible, but I mean, I'll get this most if it sets up like a B setup, especially off and for a continuation. Hourly close, nice. Had an overnight push. We are respecting this lower quadrant of the pre-market opening range. So this could just lead us back down to the huh? Why I look so different? Tripping? Oh wait, I'm tripping. Clothes. Oh man. All right. Yeah, so that's the clothes. And then yeah, so we could get a trade down all the way here. But it's a little long way, I'm not gonna lie. But it's definitely doable. Could work our way back below here. Buy stops, minor buy stops taken. Inside of the 730. Push up. I'd probably like to see another follow through, right? And this will make it an A plus. I mean, there is no higher time frame liquidity sweep, but this is a higher time frame continuation model. So if there's no liquidity sweep, we need to wait for a continuation model, right? Which internal buy stops taken. Boom. See if we get this. It's reacting off of the 730 opening price, the low end of it as well, which is our what 730 first presented fair value gap. I don't even know why I don't have that labeled, but I did. All right. So let's see. See what we get. Definitely expecting the continuation prior to that low. Since we did have an overnight push. But not gonna lie, ES doing something completely different. So might not even get this. Right? Might not get the complete model. Which would be unfortunate, but fortunate at the same time because no trades. It's always a winning day. As long as you ain't losing money, it's a winning day in these markets, these market conditions. So there ain't nothing much going on. We'll just pick a trade that's throughout the day anyway, because not exactly. Like it's not exactly in the best spot for me to want to take something right now anyway, so I'll probably just call it let's call it here maybe. I'm gonna see. I'm trying to give it a little bit of time, but um, yeah. I might get taken, might perform a setup, but it's fine. It can always be treated as like a learning day. What do we have tomorrow? Let me change the title. Got 10 a.m. news today. Cool, cool. Tomorrow at 30. We got a lot of news this week. Red folder on Friday. Definitely gotta wait until probably wait until after 8:30 to trade on Friday instead of starting early because don't want to I want to get involved in some mess. PMI 9:45. 8:15. So Wednesday gotta be a little careful. Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and end it here, bro. Ain't nothing going on. I mean, actually, I like how the body right here is opening up, and we racking up for that 50% level with a strong closure like that below. I need to see this. Could we do a low end trade? I do like this setup, but I'm gonna just paper trade and then just get off here by 9 a.m. Well, I'm not. I'm gonna just get off of here now and then call it. So, yeah, probably study the rest of the session today. Come back tomorrow with some cleaner price action.